Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mountaineer Bushcraft and Survival Systems. Today, I'm going to do a review on the Tramontina 12-inch machete. This will be a long-term use review. I've had it for quite a few years. I've used it quite frequently. And got it's way up in the hills out here in the woods. So I'll get the camera set up here and we'll get to work with this guy and see how well it holds up. Alrighty, guys. Got a snowed down pine here. And I just for note, I had to buy the sheath for this separately, by the way. I got this off Amazon. It didn't come with sheath, so I got that sheath aftermarket that fit it. This is a 1075 high carbon steel for a good spring temper. Fairly thin. Of course, you know, being a machete, you'd expect that. I find that Tramontina makes pretty fine blades, so like I said, again, it's not a highfalutin fancy steel, but it's one of them deals where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we're going to get you a little bit closer to the action there, assuming I can keep the tripoding. Yeah, I don't want you to cooperate with me. There we go. Now it's down dead, but it's not like soft rotten. It's still quite hard. So we'll see how this thing goes. And you know, obviously, this is not designed for doing that. You know, the whole principle behind showing some things that they're not designed to do, the fact that they can do them, is just, you know, credit to the quality of the blade. And this piece here, I might just cut this one off. We'll put it back and see if I can use this tool to make a fire with. So I'll get this one cut off and we'll set it aside. It's actually decently dry. Put it to your face. If your hands aren't the greatest at feeling whether something's kind of damp or not, especially if your hands are cold, just take the material where it's been cut open and just gently touch the side of your face with it, and you can usually tell. And that's actually pretty dry, surprisingly. So we'll set that aside. Another thing that this is definitely a good tool for is a draw knife. And I'll reset you guys there and get set up. I'll try to use it on this old dry piece here for a draw knife. Yeah. Well, this come in handy if you had to strip bark. And it's doing actually a pretty decent job. Nice little curl. And nope, this thing is not meant for this task in any way, shape, or form. It's another one of them deals. It's like, you know, can I possibly use it for that if I had to? Try pushing. And that actually is doing a decent enough job. Like I said, this is a pine. It's a softwood. However, it's not soft rotten. It's quite hard yet. Well, it's not too hateful. All right, we'll find us some smaller brush, and actually some right here. I'll just turn you around. There we go. Now this here is more in line of what this is made to cut. So you get these little click your wrist kind of deals. Cuts that quite readily. Nice. Get her focused for you. Real nice clean cut there. And that's got some heavy duty thorns on it too. Can't hardly see the camera from where I'm standing, so I'm trying to get this in focus. Yeah, there it is. Okay, now our next task here, we'll have to do another camera reset, but we're going to try to get us a fire started with just this machete and a flint and steel striker, or ferrocerium rod, if you will. Alrighty, guys. So got some sticks processed down here. We're going to try to see if I can't make a fire with this thing. It's not the best at doing anything kind of like feather sticking. Maybe another good honing and it'd do a little better, but I'd rather not sharpen this. I'd rather just do the test in one go. Now my idea behind using this 12-inch machete was kind of like a substitute for you know, a large belt knife kind of thing. And for the most part, it does decent. There's a lot of stuff, obviously, you ain't going to be able to do the heavier duty belt knife will. I wouldn't go past a 2-inch diameter piece of wood with this, and you definitely have to batten it. But the small stuff, you know, you can walk it through, no problem. So yeah, you know, get some small diameter wood and doing your fire prep with it doesn't seem to be much of an issue. It is a little more awkward, obviously, because, you know, it's a much longer blade. And again, we're kind of taking something out of its wheelhouse and applying it to, oops, knocked all my stuff around there. Don't, you know, taking out of its wheelhouse to do jobs it wasn't necessarily designed to do. I mean, this was for chopping light vegetation, which it does quite well. But, of course, obviously, you know, we want something that we can use for multiple different tasks if possible. Kind of an ideal situation to have with a tool that we're going to take with us. You know, it's taking up space in our pack or on our belt. We got, you know, we're carrying its weight. So we want it to at least be able to serve multiple functions if possible. For some tools that do the best job are obviously tools that are dedicated to that specific task. So and there is a story behind this one. If anybody watched one of my, probably might have been my second or third video, I did mention how the coloration on this machete got on there. And I don't know quite yet if it's completely compromised the steel. I mean, you know, time will tell. we can definitely get some small, finer shavings in there. And like I said, everything is damp, so this may not be a thing I can get to happen, but we're going to try it. And the wind's blowing pretty good, so that may make it difficult for this to catch if a breeze is hitting it. But we're definitely going to give it a try. So I would like to see if I could make this work. I got some, would say dry grass around me, but there is some dead grass here, and it is a little bit damp, but maybe I can work some of that into this bundle here if we can't get that to go. We're going to use a larger ferrocerium rod here. Got that at Walmart. Don't know if they still sell them. I haven't seen them for a long time. It's the UTS brand, and I don't know if I've seen one of these like this at Walmart. I don't know if you can find it on Walmart's online store or not, but we'll give her a try here. I'm not getting very good sparks off that. There we go. Looks like those are mostly coming back at me. Dare I try it left-handed? Oh, yeah. Too right-handed for that nonsense. That may be a problem. It's not letting the sparks go out very well. That was a good one. Too bad it missed. Yeah. If that was going to take off, I think that would have took off. Tell you what, we'll try getting some of this in there. This is a little more finer material. Maybe that will help us catch. Like I said, it's definitely not dry. Still damp. Everything, I had a heavy frost one this morning. It rained there the other day, so finding good dry material to work with is probably not the thing we're going to have. So we're going to have to improvise here. But that's just the reality of it. If you're actually out here in the woods trying to take care of stuff like this, I mean, that's why you want to have a variety of equipment with you, because you never know what conditions you're necessarily going to face on a day-to-day basis. And obviously, from just what you're watching here, it's not something I was expecting to have much of an issue with, but I very well could. And we're not going to edit it or cut it. If it don't work, it don't work. And if it's my fault, it's my fault. Okay, well, that's really wet. We ain't using that. Okay. Wind's picked up too. That's not going to help us much. All right, let's. Oop, here comes the wind. Almost thought we had her there. Oh, that was close. Seems to me like it's not putting the spark out very well. Sticking to the blade. Yeah, it's wanting to stick to the blade. So we'll try the striker it came with, see if that makes a difference. Well, the blade definitely throws a good sparks. We ain't making it happen with the ferro rod. It's just everything's too damp, and that wind cutting in. Once you get a little ember starting here, the wind's so strong it's snuffing that ember out before it gets a chance to make anything happen. All right, we'll give her a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not getting very good sparks where I want them. Yep, it just ain't going to do it. And I'm not blaming that on the tool. I think our conditions are just too wet. However, yep, and that even went out. So we were up against the wall trying to do that with a ferro rod. All right. Well, I mean, we didn't succeed in getting the fire going, but like I said, that's our conditions that we're dealing with here was making that pretty difficult to actually complete. But all in all, I like the tool. It's a good package size. It's not too heavy, and it'll definitely do a lot for you. And the spine's obviously sharp enough to spark a ferro rod. So maybe clean that up a little bit on a belt grinder or take a file to it. Make that a little more acute so you can get better direction with the sparks. But that's an option for anybody, you know, if you're budgetary minded, something like this to carry as your large belt knife. And a lot of people do talk about how these, especially the Tramontinas, are not sharp in there. Well, they're that way on purpose, just to reinforce the tip. But using it as a machete, most likely you're not cutting anything with that little tip part anyway. But a thing that does come in handy, you can actually dig with the tips of these, and you really don't have to worry about damaging an edge, because there's no edge there, because that last little bit you're not cutting anything with anyway. So that's another nice little function. But even though we didn't get a fire going, that's all right. I still consider the video a success. Take the time and let this material dry out. Shove that in a pocket or something, and I'd say it wouldn't take much. A couple hours, 3 hours, and that'd be dry enough to ignite with the ferrocerium rod. But with that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in another video.